Hi guys, welcome back to my channel KARI Watch. Zooming in with me today all the way from Glashütte is Wilhelm Schmid, the CEO of a.lange Sohne. Now it's no secret that I've always loved the watches that Lange manufactures. So I'm really excited about the new Lange Timezone that they've just launched. Let's get right to it. Alright, hi William, welcome to my channel KARI Watch. It's great to see you. I think it's been 2 years. We missed each other at SIHH, now Watches and Wonders last year.
I'm so sorry about that, Kari. Nothing we could do, obviously. Somebody played a game that we only understood too late.
I agree. How's everything back in Glashütte?
It's actually good. I'm sitting here in at our main showroom. The weather has been great. We never closed the factory totally. So the manufacturer was always, I call it ticking over. You know, we greatly emphasized on the security of the property and of our people. So we work with and under restrictions, but we're working.
That's great. I love your background, but since I don't have a Lange background, I do have my certificate that was signed by you years ago.
And I see my signature there on the left.
Right there, it's right there. That's the thing together. I said I have to put this in the background.
Wonderful, Kari. That's a good one.
So let's get right to it. There's a lot to talk about, William, but I definitely want to talk about the new Lange Timezone. What a beautiful watch. It's
Thank you
gorgeous.
so much.
And as usual, I absolutely love the limited edition yellow gold version with the champagne style. But I mean, clearly. But talk us through it. Tell us about the watch.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say much. But I hope you're wearing it right now.
No, I'm actually wearing the Odysseus in white gold. Very proud of it, I have to say. But it's just very difficult to present watches like this. Here it is, in white gold with a black dial, and I also have the pink gold with the argenté, but unfortunately I don't have the yellow gold version here because that's somewhere, I guess they take photos of it as we speak. You know, yellow gold is a very German thing, to be honest. And for a long time, yellow gold was not really fashionable. But specifically for the Lange One, we always were producing at least some yellow gold versions. And funny enough, the less we produced it, the more people were asking for it. You know, it's obviously always like this in life. So that as a little reminder of the first time we launched the Lange One, we decided this time to bring out 100 pieces limited yellow gold version of the Lange Timezone.
So it's not the honey gold, it's the yellow gold.
It's the yellow gold.
It would look beautiful in honey gold too.
Look, yes. Everything looks good in honey gold.
I love that. Tell us a little bit about the changes in the Timezone. Of course, I've read about it, but I'd love to hear it straight from you.
Yeah, look, it's the current version. Now, very soon I can say the old version. It's been with us for 15 years. It's been a bestseller ever since we launched the product. But it was, again, based on an old movement. And you will recall we replaced the Lange One, the Grand Lange One, to start with movement. Then we launched the new movement for the traditional Lange One. Didn't touch the design, but changed the movement. And the only watch left with the old movement was the Lange Timezone. So it was also time to re-look into that, because from a watchmaking perspective, it's a lot easier if you have one movement based on similar things. So that's why we changed the movement. And as we changed the movement, you know us, we changed a lot of things. We sort of cleaned the dial in a way that, you know, that the night indications and so on and so forth, they were not off-center dials again. They're now part of the dial. That makes it looking a lot more harmonious. And again, legibility is of very high importance for us. We want you to identify the main functions immediately. So that's why, you know, you can clearly see the 2 time zones even better than in the old version. And we put a little thing extra on it because, you know, we have countries that have summer and winter time, you know, daylight indicate, and this will be now indicated with a little red arrow. So if the arrow is red, it means the second time zone is pointing towards a time zone where they do daylight saving functions. And if it's white, you know, they don't distinguish between summer and winter. It's just a little tweak. But I really like it a lot.
The attention to details that matter at the end of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's really, and again, Lange and Söhne is all about details. If you put the watches next to each other, you can see that they are of the same source, but you can also see how different they are. And it's like an evolution. It's a little bit like the datograph up and down and the datograph. You know, there will be people that like more the old one, but I'm sure there are a lot of more people that will like the new version. And, you know, you will see it's a very nice, good-looking watch. Dimensions haven't changed. Nothing else has changed. It's still a very wearable, great all-rounder.
I think one of the things I've always loved about the Timezone is the fact that it has so many functions going on, but still the dial does not seem crowded at all. Every function is individually legible, it's clear, whether it's the big date or it's the 2 time zones, and of course the small details that you've added now. My question was, it's also the first time you've added a black dial to the Timezone.
Yes.
But you don't have luminous hours.
No.
Or hands on this one as well.
No.
The only one you have lume on is the white gold version.
We think that luminous hands usually are for more sportier watches, and this one is not a sporty watch for that matter. And also, you know, these hands are usually bigger, a little bit. It's a very elegant watch, and therefore we do not apply luminous.
Okay. Congratulations, it's a beautiful piece. I mean, it's the
Thank you.
best I can say before I actually get my hands on them.
The black is, for me, the most stunning of the 3, I have to say. I just love black dials, to be honest. I mean, it's difficult to show it, but you can clearly see it is so legible. It is amazing. Even with the amount of information, and it's, you know, if you put them next to each other, you can see how the focus of day-night information around in the center of the dial, you know, cleaning it, it really gives it a stronger appeal.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like even that little small minute detail, it just makes such a big difference on the dial. It's very evident, very clear.
Yes.
It's beautiful. I can't wait to see it, Wilhelm. I'm going to go down to the other watches that we launched that you launched at Watches and Wonders this year, which is one of my grail timepieces, ZEITWERK. A beautiful, beautiful watch. The ZEITWERK minute repeater that you've just done with the
Yes.
What a beautiful watch. But so a lot of people were talking about the ZEITWERK in the sense, of course, it is a mechanical marvel. It is an icon in itself now. But this is a white gold version. You've done one in platinum, but you've not picked up the movement and put it in there. There's a lot more.
Now it's, with quite a few movements that would work. If you do a perpetual calendar, you can literally take the movement and put it into another case, and there is no difference. But the moment you play with acoustics, because the resonance of each material is different to the other, you have to start fine-tuning, and that's really and top watchmaking. That's probably, while most people, experts say, out of the three big complications, the acoustic complications, minute repeater, sonnery, they are really the tip of the iceberg. That's the most complicated thing you can do. And I had two. I had the platinum version and the white gold version next to each other, and activated them, one after another. And it's amazing to see, to hear the difference. The platinum is quite clear and crisp, where the white gold version is soft and warm.
Okay.
They're equally loud, but it's so different. It's amazing that the same movement, and I'm sure that the color of the dial will not influence the tone, but it's amazing how the same movement with the tweaks and so on can sound so different.
If you had to pick one, which one would it be?
I love platinum watches.
Platinum watches, okay. I'm torn. If you ask me that question, I'm completely torn. But I'm torn with all the Lange watches, and I'm not just saying that. I just love, if you look to the platinum version, for me that's as close to perfection as it gets. I love the blue, but I personally, again, what a choice. It's a 450,000 euro watch. You have expensive taste. You have good taste.
Regardless which one you want, you can't go wrong. Let me put it this way.
What's on your wrist today, though?
I have the Odysseus in white gold, and I'm very proud because Tony only gave it to me this morning. So I still look at it far too often. I was waiting for that watch for a long time, I have to say.
That's actually the next watch I want to talk about, and I have a slight confession. So when the Odysseus was first launched, being a Lange enthusiast, I was disappointed, like a lot of people. And I was like, no, this doesn't look like a Lange, and what's going on? And I'm disappointed, and I was upset. And I remember I went to Dubai and I met with the entire team there, and we just casually caught up, and I told them, I said, guys, really, the Odysseus, it doesn't even look like a Lange. What are you thinking? And the only thing they said to me is, you're in Dubai, drop in at our boutique, put the watch on your wrist, and call us from there. And I promise you, once that happened, it completely changed the way I looked at that watch. And I called Anya and I called them and I said, you were right. It sits so beautifully on the wrist. And so it's so easy for us with social media and with the press releases that we get to already judge a watch and be like, no, but that's not a Lange. But then you put it on the wrist and it is a Lange from every aspect of that watch.
And I think I was in Dubai as we launched the watch, to be honest. I was at the 24th of October, I was in Dubai.
Okay.
I would have been hugely disappointed had we launched the watch and there would have been no reaction. I was also not concerned, specifically in the beginning, to see there were a lot of discussion. I believe if you have fans and clients like we have, and you launch something which fundamentally is new, you have to accept that people will have an opinion, and you also will have to accept that some people may have not the opinion you would like them to have. And today, I think that's the case. It's a polarizing watch. you're in good company with the experience that the moment you put it around your wrist, your opinion may change. We've seen that very often. But again, had it been an a.lange and Söhne watch in line with what we've launched so far, it would have been a nice watch, but not the beginning of a sixth watch family. And it was always meant to create something new and not to substitute another watch. And for that, it had to be very different. And for that, it had to be in steel for the first time. And again, we had to think about the creation of a face, and a face which is good enough for further complications and iterations. So what you see today is only the beginning of a watch family. There's a lot more to come in the future. And without that big discussion in the beginning or right now, I would have been another watch and be forgotten very quickly. And rest assured, that's not the case.
That's true. I think you proved everyone wrong. I think when the steel version came out, there were a lot of discussions about why Lange is doing a steel watch, but the fact that you have come out with the white coal version has sort of put that to rest a lot. But the new one that you've launched this year in white coal, it's not an interchangeable strap. You can't change the strap of the watch, can you?
You can change the laser strap with the rubber strap. Yes, you can. But you can't change with the steel bracelet.
Okay. All right. And how has the response been to the white coal watch?
Very good, actually. Very. It's amazing because remember in the beginning, a lot of people said, I like the watch, I don't like the bracelet. Can't they put a leather strap or a rubber strap around it? Here it is. So I think half of the criticism is now gone because there is an alternative. You know, what is quite challenging at the moment to share that with you is really the production of the watch, because we were quite interrupted through the Corona crisis. That's why probably the first white coat versions will only be physically in the shops, probably end of July, beginning of August.
Oh, okay.
But that's not due to us. It is just, you know, buckles, straps and all that didn't come in time. So we were producing the movement because that's all done in-house and it's not, you know, that's not a challenge, but all the rest we were waiting for.
Do we expect any more steel watches though this year?
Good try.
You know, I just put it in there, maybe, you know.
I know, but you know, I'm doing it now 10 years. It's hard to surprise me.
Okay, we'll move on from there. Moving on from the watches, Wilhelm, you just mentioned the whole Corona situation. It's very unfortunate that we've been in this situation for over 3 months now. A lot of countries seem to be coming out of it slowly and gradually. How do you see this affect the luxury market in terms of the business, in terms of the consumer mindset?
I share something with you which for me will change, and I share something which I think is going to stay. I did Zoom meeting with clients I've never seen before. So like the two of us, and we spend an hour talking about watches and what else matters in life. 12 months ago, 6 months ago, I would have said that is impossible. It's not a.lange and Söhne, and also our customers do not appreciate that. I was wrong. Actually, you can spend an hour in a Zoom meeting and you can get really interactive. You can discuss topics, you can share experience. It is amazing how Corona, what a situation around Corona, prepared the ground for digital activities like this. And the longer social distancing and containment continues, the more established this will become. And I'm pretty sure it is here to stay. On the other hand, I don't know how many clients I talk to, like the two of us right now, who said, I can't wear it sitting next to you somewhere having a glass of champagne, a little bit of social interaction. I do twice a year a diet where I'm not allowed to drink and eat anything I really like. And after that period of time, the first glass of wine, it's the best wine in the year. I think we all took our social interaction as granted. And now after all these months of we can't have it, we will so desperately look forward to meeting each other in person again. So that is something which I even in future will stay. What impact will it have on the luxury business? I don't know, because I'm not responsible for that. I'm just responsible for a little brand called a.lange Söhne. I am pretty sure that the appetite for true craftsmanship, for something that is, sustaining the odds of time, for something as personal as a mechanical wristwatch, will always be there. So, at the moment it might be lower. I accept that, because a lot of point of sales were closed or are closed or only opening slowly. But it'll come back, I have no doubt about it. And in the meantime, we have to ensure that we don't do any stupid mistakes or damage the brand or, do silly stuff, which as Germans we are not really known for. So I'm still optimistic. I stay vigilant, but I have no reason to doubt that our business model will become obsolete.
Do you see a growing trend for the pre-owned market in a situation like that? And what are your thoughts on that?
Look, if you say that you build watches that will probably last longer than the person who bought it in the first place, you also have to eye on the secondary market. And as you know, if you send a watch to us, regardless how the watch looked before, you'll get it back and it looks like a new watch. And that is something which we were always doing. I also believe that about 90% of our pocket watches that we've produced do still exist. So yes, if you want a second-hand watch or a third-hand, a used watch, in that case it's not a used watch, because you spend a few thousand euro and you have a new watch. That's what we guarantee.
Do you still, it's a very cliche question, but do you still face this whole German watchmaker and Swiss watchmaker debate all the time with a.lange Sohne?
No, I think we are often compared with our Swiss colleagues, there's no question, but it's not so much German watchmaking and Swiss watchmaking. It's, what is that your brand stands for and what the other brand stands for. And let's be honest, at the very top of the market, there aren't that many players, and most of them come accidentally from Switzerland. But it's not the comparison between Germany and Switzerland.
Okay. So coming to India now, Wilhelm.
Yes.
Lange has been in and out. Not that we like it. We'd definitely love to have you back soon. What are your plans for India?
Look, it's at the moment a very difficult question, and you know that. We had plans and then the situation developed, and from what I hear, and I really, pray for all the people in India that the situation is under control as quickly as possible. But to make plans for it at the moment would not look very professional. I think we first need to see how the situation develops. The good news is, and that's what we usually meet in Dubai, a lot of Indian customers know where to get our watches if we're not available in India. At the moment, it's very difficult. So there are plans which I can't unveil. They should have materialized already, but then the situation developed as we know, and that stopped our plans for the time being.
Well, as long as we know you do have plans and India's on.
Yeah. No, it's not a question. There's not a shortage of plan, but my father always said in German language, if you want to make love really laughing, if you want to make God really laugh, you make a plan. So we had good plans. Still have them.
Well, we look forward to it. So when the new Lange One time zone, when will it be available in Dubai, for example?
Again, I believe it'll be end of July, beginning of August. Again, logistic is a little slow at the moment. So on top of the challenges we have in-house customs and duties around the world, I'm not the quickest at the moment, but I assume, beginning of August, the watch will be available at our boutique in Dubai.
Okay, fantastic. Maybe I'll have to fly to Dubai to have a look at the watches then.
Yes, please.
Definitely. One last thing, Wilhelm. The pronunciation of a.lange and Sohne. Can you help us?
Yes.
Because everyone has their own version. I'm sure I do too.
The correct one is a.lange und Söhne.
a.lange und Sohne.
Perfect.
That wasn't so
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. As always, it's such a pleasure talking to you. I wish it was in person, but I'm hoping that will happen soon.
We will work on it. Stay safe, healthy, and sane.
You too.
Can't wait seeing you in person again.
See you, Wilhelm.
Ciao,
Thank
ciao.
you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So there you have it. a.lange und Sohne. I hope I got that right. If you like this video, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on all those cool updates. And if you want me to review any watches, do let me know.